Welcome, by the way, everyone. Welcome
Sorry, guys.
to our podcast. We got a little sidetracked. That was a little prequel trailer for what we're going to be talking
We were
about.
just talking smack, guys.
I got-
We're just getting started.
I got Tiki next to me, right here.
Modelo de Oro, we are on a diet, people.
Oh, the diet. We're starting on a diet. Look at, he's got the Morello 1.
Later on, I got a question for you guys about beer. It's
Are you
Modelo.
serious?
It's not Morello.
There's not
Morello.
even an R.
Mordello.
in
Sorry, I
Modelo.
apologize. Mordello. I don't drink beer. I don't know what this shit
And
is.
Pedro's
Just
forgot how to
got-
speak
Can you
Spanish.
read?
The man with the plan in the green over here, Rennie.
How you doing?
Rennie of the Revolution.
He shaved his beard, everyone. Look
I
how
did,
young.
I did.
He's like
Looking like a
25
baby.
again.
He's looking like
trying
Dr.
to look like you guys.
Octavius.
He does kind of look like Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Holy shit, he
Yes,
really
he does.
Bro, that's your Halloween costume.
We have Alfred Molina
Just
here
get
with
the
us,
fuck, just get some
everybody.
shit, hang them on
Bro,
the
we
back,
could
you're
build
good.
that shit.
Yeah,
Bunch
it's
of
easy.
like pool noodles, bro.
Yeah,
Easy.
and some wire.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some silver
I've
paint.
never done that.
And
There you go.
since we are in June
You
now,
guys
we
saw
are
it. You guys witnessed it.
celebrating Gay Pride Month for this man across the table here, Hector.
There's nothing wrong with being gay, so I'm not offended, but I am not.
Welcome.
Hello, how are you?
He's just welcoming
Peter's reflecting.
Hector
He wishes I was.
into Peter's club. You know?
And then
It's a
behind
friendly
the
thing.
behind the curtain,
The controls.
the producer, the man with all the buttons, is Mr. Tito back from Boston, the greatest city in the world.
It was
Still,
a beautiful
you
place.
can
It
still
is a
smell it
beautiful
on him. It's
place.
disgusting.
It is a beautiful.
Well, that happened like 3 weeks from now
What? And of course, yours
when
truly,
we post this.
P3 Boston. All right.
Blah.
So-
Speaking of Boston, no, sorry, go ahead.
So, but I've never been in jail, never been in any of those places. But what makes a jail different than a prison?
Yeah.
That's a good
in a
question.
prison, you have to protect your asshole. In a jail, not so much.
Prison is where you actually do your sentence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a jail is where
Jail
they
is,
hold you.
you're,
Jail's
or you're going
temporary.
to court, you're waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you go to prison, they send you upstate, as they say,
so
and they'll
prison
send you
is-
to your correctional facility.
For
wherever.
Jail is like for domestic violence situations.
Anything under 30 days. Anything more, I think, or
less.
right.
or less.
Anything more than that, I think they'll have to send you
So-
somewhere depending on what it is.
And then
Where?
there's different types of prisons too, because
Yeah.
there's state
Yeah.
prisons, there's federal prisons. So
County-
we are talking about Marco
Military
Lopez.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
city jail, county jail,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Marco Lopez is only
Seminole jail.
in Lake County Jail until he faces charges. Once he goes to court and gets convicted,
What an idiot!
then, because he is going to get convicted,
these are federal charges, so he's gonna.
he's done.
What did he do exactly?
So remember-
I've seen pieces. I've known
Well,
you can guys.
he
I was
like-
waiting for you guys to kind of enlighten me.
Racketeering, my friend.
Oh, so they bound a
For
bunch of shit to
gambling.
him.
So they had illegal casinos,
Okay.
and he would protect them.
So
Cops,
so
keep the
allegedly-
cops away, and they made millions and millions of dollars, and he also cleaned the
not
money.
cops. Right.
Right.
Let's not include anybody else because
No, he.
he is alone on this. He's
Correct.
the lone wolf.
So
what I'm
far.
saying is he used his power
Yes.
to manipulate guys away from anything that might have incriminated
Mm-hmm.
the place. He protected them. Not to mention he moved money, cleaned the money,
Oh.
equating to what millions. It was I don't even remember how
So-
many.
so
It was a
allegedly-
crazy amount.
So alleged
21 or 22 million. Yeah.
$21.6 million.
You don't believe
How
he
long
had
has he
someone
been
else
sheriff?
with him though?
Oh, I
But
believe.
I'm
the
sure he
question
did.
that everybody's asking, I think,
Is
I wonder how many other cops,
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
say?
I'm
Or
sure.
or
there's more.
politicians.
I'm sure.
because he's gonna open his mouth.
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
It's gonna happen.
He's gonna sing
Yeah.
Yep.
like a canary. It's gonna be lovely.
Bro, and
Dude, I'm sitting back waiting.
Everybody's gonna.
You know what's
fly.
gonna be great? If they go, oh, I'm sorry, we got the wrong guy.
No,
No, that's not gonna happen, dude.
Because
They've
there's so
been-
many motherfuckers he's gonna throw under the bus.
Well,
No.
They've been investigating him for months. Apparently,
Yeah,
they got
he's,
tapes.
He's
and
gonna go under protective custody.
And this is-
Absolutely.
He's gonna get a deal.
He's not gonna go to jail.
And this is
well,
what
he's
I wa-
already in jail, but after,
Yeah.
he's not gonna go to prison. That's
He
it.
might. He might.
no, he's
Maybe
gonna
for
go
a
to prison.
week.
He's gonna go to prison. I think
He's not gonna get what he
He's
fully
not
came
gonna-
because he's gonna talk.
The thing
his
is,
prison is not gonna be like prison. Trust
no,
me.
it's a
It's
federal.
Fed. It's Club Fed.
Remember, it's federal charges.
Yeah.
And he was a sheriff. He's gonna be in
club
prison, but
With other
the
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, medium
the
security
cops,
at best.
exactly.
Medium
Just like the
security at
narcos
best.
with TVs,
But
pool
they're not-
tables, and all that shit.
But they're not. The
Probably.
thing that everybody needs to put in their mind is, federal judge is not going to sign a warrant if there is no proof.
Correct.
So
The fact
there
it's
is
federal.
already proof
Right.
Yes, yes.
that
yes.
he did this.
Yeah.
They have text messages.
Right.
They have WhatsApp. They have WhatsApp.
They have
messages,
his bank accounts that
bank
clean
accounts,
them up.
wire transfers. They have a whole bunch of scrap.
But
photos. They have photos.
You're innocent until proven guilty in this
I
country,
agree.
sir.
My
I agree.
man had a 2025 Yukon
That's
Denali.
why they
You
build
can't
up
afford
all
that
this
as a sheriff.
evidence before even trying
He's
to
done.
arrest you.
No, this was going since. So it started.
6 months, I think they said.
No.
they were living
The
out.
investigation supposedly in 2023.
Oh, Jesus.
The
Longer than I
place,
thought.
yeah, I think it
Bro,
started
you're
in
cooked.
2023.
You're cooked.
They closed down.
When
He
was
just
the
won the
election?
election too, didn't he? Just win.
Second.
No,
You
how
bunch
long
of
is he sheriff?
idiots!
It's been like almost.
This is the second term.
Hey, guess
second
what?
term, yeah.
Second term, so that's each term.
Hey.
How long?
I don't know.
I want to
2
say
years?
4 years. I want to say
Oh,
4
if
years.
it's 4 years, he's been a sheriff for 8 years already.
Going. No.
No,
He's been in sheriff
total,
for 4 years.
total 4
Hey,
years.
when-
like 2
when-
years. I
what?
think it's when you get to
Black.
vote for the sheriff. Sorry.
When was the election again? When was the
Yeah,
election?
I said poco.
It just
We
he just,
definitely didn't vote for that shit, did we?
Well, you guys don't vote at all.
we
So
don't. I didn't even leave the house.
Fuck that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I voted
Who
for
is
him.
Marco Lopez?
well,
Because his name is Lopez. Why wouldn't I
know
vote
he
for him?
is.
no,
Hey,
but-
hey, I'm
just
sure
kidding. He's a
that's
sheriff.
that's
In my head, you know,
how
you're
everybody
thinking,
voted.
oh, we got a Latino cop out here doing the right thing. Vote.
Everybody voted because of the
Yeah.
last. Well,
Yeah.
if you're a Latino, you voted for Lopez. But not only that, from what he was doing, some of the
Right.
stuff that he was doing, supposedly he was doing some.
He was a
good work.
decorated cop at the time.
Wait a
Exactly,
minute.
he was doing some good work.
Yeah.
But apparently,
And
and
he became sheriff and was
He
like,
was doing charity work too.
charity
He
work.
would get money to the charities, like 60 grand and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
wait till all that
sad.
comes out.
Yeah.
It's sad, but going back to it. So apparently, he was the head of the whole thing
Nice.
with this
Him and the Chinese guy, Zhang,
with this
right?
other guy named Jing Sang.
Jing Zhang.
Uh-oh.
That
Uh-oh.
hasn't we know everything about Marco Lopez and we saw videos and newscasts.
Yep.
We still
Where's
ain't
the
seen
Jing
Jing
Zhang?
Zhang.
Where's this Jing Zhang at?
Uh-oh.
Not only that, but with a name like Jing Zhang, it sounds like every
Chino.
bad Chino in any movie
gotta
that
be.
you've ever seen. His name is Jing Zhang or Zhang Zhang.
It's
Not
gotta
good.
be. It's
If
gotta
there's
be
a Z in
Chinese.
it, it's usually a bad guy in movies. So
Right. And he holds the gun
they
like
have-
this.
yeah, he holds a gun
Infiltrated.
like this.
And we're not trying to be stereotypical by
No.
saying that he's Chinese.
But he is.
I did a Google search
He is.
Fuck that.
because
he
of
is.
the last name. He is
Fuck
Chinese.
that. We
They
are
said
going
it in the
that
news.
route.
They said it's Chinese American.
yeah. So do you think that Homeland Security or Homeland Security Investigation Department was involved because of the Zhang? He's Chinese.
But he's a Chinese American. I believe he was born here.
So
from what I read.
Hey.
why was the Homeland Security
Hey.
Department
There.
investigation department?
Oh no, but wait,
The
that
ones
was a meeting that he went to weekly. That's where they arrested him.
Yeah,
He
right.
thought he was going to a meeting.
Oh.
And apparently they've been working here they meet there weekly.
So
And he was going to show up for a meeting.
that's what I mean.
And they locked him up there. But I don't think Homeland had to do with the arrest. The arrest is federal, but it's not Homeland
No,
Security.
I think it was Homeland Security.
I have to look that up. I didn't
was
know that.
HAC
I know it was at the office they arrested
It
him.
was HSI and some other federal entity. There was
Nice.
2 federal entities that
Oh.
arrested him.
Just
I
back
thought it was
up.
the FBI. Wasn't
I don't know. I mean,
I
it
don't
could
know
be
about
Homeland Security because of the overseas wire transfers, the cleaning of the money.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. See, it could be that because of the wire transfers where he had the account.
Yeah, because I don't think they've mentioned anything about the dude having any kind of nefarious connections to
other
outside the country.
yeah,
I think he's
no,
just an
only Puerto
American
Rico.
dude. Yeah, and he went to college, from what I understand here. That's where all the programming and algorithm stuff came from. He's the brain, apparently.
Oh, Zhang?
In terms of the gambling
Oh, the Zhang?
itself. Yeah.
Oh,
Where's
okay,
Pinky?
okay. Wow.
I'm gonna do more research on him, but I want to say he was on a
Trying
smart,
to
on a
take
smart
over the
computer.
world.
I tried.
Looking for He's looking for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Narf.
I tried to do research, a lot of research.
Yeah, it's
but I
not a
can't
lot
find
out there
any.
on him because I
And then
guess he's not.
I did find that at this place they had a whole bunch of slot machines.
Sluts.
slot machine.
Oh,
Maybe they had
slots,
that too. Maybe they had that
Could,
too. I don't know.
yeah.
You trying to be funny, Peter?
Gambling and hookers
trying to be
go
funny,
together
Peter?
like peanut butter and jelly.
Maybe
Could
they
be.
had that also, but they had a whole bunch of slot machines. Fish game. I don't know what the fish game is.
That's that
supposedly.
table thing.
Go
With the
fish.
money.
What is it?
It's like where you control that thing that scoops money. I
Oh,
believe
that's what it is.
Oh, I thought it was,
okay.
do you have any eights?
Go fish.
Go fish.
Yeah, right. Because people are gambling thousands of dollars on Go Fish.
No.
I thought that was an app.
And the crazy thing is that this stuff pictures and videos were posted on social media.
Yeah. They had a whole Facebook page.
Oh, nice.
The gambling, like
No
come
way.
here and gamble,
No way.
bro.
Yeah.
That's where I got the picture. Where
Yeah,
I
it's a
sit there.
lounge.
Oh, so that
It's
picture
like a
was
lounge.
from the
Yeah,
actual
it's from the
place?
lounge.
Yeah.
But let's just, for the sake of arguing, let's just play the other side. What's the harm with people gambling?
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
it,
There
but
is
it
no
is
harm.
illegal.
That is true.
There is no harm
There is
in
no
it.
harm.
There is no harm. But when you do it illegally, you can't tax it. You can't regulate it.
Not
What are
only
they
that, but
doing?
you're a sheriff. Let's
Yes.
just be real. There's a certain level of responsibility. If Rennie or JC got caught running a legal casino, none of us are going to be like,
Exactly.
it's not a huge deal. Whatever happens with the government happens. But it's a sheriff.
Yeah.
And you're cleaning up 26 million when you're supposed to be taking care of us.
21.6.
21.6, whatever it is.
Sorry.
Well, allegedly,
Allegedly.
total earnings.
Right.
He allegedly got only 700,000.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Tax
So
free.
Zang got
Tax
all
free.
the money.
Tax free, obviously, because what was he gonna say? He got it from. So
You
it's
should have
crazy.
just stuck
Not
to
only
plasma.
that, he was helping them clean money. So he
Yeah, launder
through like
money.
hotels, I think it was they were doing it.
I
something
don't know
like
yet.
that.
I haven't
Probably
heard
I was
anything.
I
Charities,
saw
like
something
you were
quick,
saying.
and they were showing all the hotels on the strip. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. Like
It's
the hotels.
crazy. Like he was diverting cops, investigations,
Yep.
or whatever, away from that place
Yeah, that's what I meant. By
Allegedly.
protecting, Yeah.
because of all this crap. It's
We're-
crazy, bro.
we're
A
losing.
sheriff,
We're losing Tiki.
a sheriff. It's
We lost
insane.
And the first Latino
Sheriff.
fucking sheriff. This is what happens.
No,
The
and the
first one in
funny
the history
thing
of
is-
Florida.
You see?
And here we go.
Not
Make
too
us look
long ago,
bad.
not too long ago, he was complaining about this guy in Puerto Rico that he does, let's say parades with
Motorcycles.
motorcycles.
He does like
four
combos.
tracks,
combos.
four wheelers,
Like
and he
street
goes on the
lockdowns.
roads, and there's just a big parade with
Yeah.
motorcycles, and he
He's
was
doing
calling
Philly.
them terrorists.
Yep.
You're a
Who?
terrorist
On
because
TV. Marco
Marco
Lopez.
Not too long ago, he was talking about the Puerto Ricans, and look what happens to him now.
He was
What
on
is
Puerto
he?
Rican. He was Puerto Rican on Puerto
Yeah,
Rican TV.
Puerto Rican, yeah,
Oh, he's Puerto Rican?
yeah.
He's Puerto Rican.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
He's
make an
Puerto Rican.
assumption.
He was talking
Stupid.
about crap, and now everybody in Puerto Rico is
Yeah, because he.
making fun of him basically.
Yeah, I'd be doing the same shit. I just did.
And he.
Stupid.
Hypocrites. It's
If
always the
all of
hypocrites.
this is true, he got elected by using
He should
illegal
just.
funds.
He should just quit the
So-
cop thing.
Basically.
and
Oh,
he'd
but wait.
probably-
He
Did
just
this start
under-
before he
probably
was
would've been
elected?
fine.
Yes.
Really? I thought it was
Yes.
after he got elected.
No. Allegedly,
It's
is
been
when he
going
was
on
a
for a
cap
while.
for since
Since he was a
2020
captain.
Since he was a captain or whatever.
Wow.
So it was before he got elected to. As he was getting elected, supposedly he was using funds, or he was washing, cleaning, laundering the money.
So what would you
through
say?
his campaign.
And
I
he
got
he was
this.
sheriff for about 4 years, and let's say he was captain for about 3 or 4 years before that. So you figure he's making an extra 100,000 a year
Basically,
extra. Gravy.
yeah, tax
What
free.
were you gonna
Tax free.
say?
Tiggy, what's up?
I solved the fucking case.
We just did.
You
Say it.
call Harvey Specter.
Yeah.
This
He's
motherfucker
retired.
has been doing this for a long time.
Okay.
Yes.
He should have stopped being a cop. He should have just focused on the casino. He would
Still,
probably
It
get
was
fine.
still a good.
It's
cop,
still
but
illegal.
The only reason he was cut in is because he was a cop.
You know what happened?
The only reason it lasted this long.
What
Yeah.
happened? What happened?
You know what happened? He offended one of the Puerto Ricans that was in on it.
Probably.
I was literally gonna
From
say
that shit.
who
Hey.
who did he piss off?
He offended
to tip
one of those.
someone off.
Mira este cabrón.
Someone
Te
said.
jodiste,
I'm gonna
man.
rat you out.
H, sabrá Dios.
Someone.
Votó a uno que no tenía que votar. He
Yeah.
fired somebody he wasn't
and
supposed
that's
to fire.
and that's my opinion also. I
Mira.
think,
¿Cuánto tú me pagas para arrestar a este policía?
but
I bet you.
Corrupto.
How much you gonna pay me to give you the story on
The dirty cop.
the
dirty
dirtiest
sheriff.
the dirtiest sheriff in Florida right now?
it,
We'll give you $5 million. All
No
right?
way.
you know what?
No
I
way.
don't know, bro.
I
Not
wish
5
there'd be
million.
so
You know
many
what?
rats for
Yeah.
5 million. Everybody
Yeah.
be in jail.
No, but
You know what? I'm gonna
I
tell.
know
I'm
Peter
gonna tell
steals
you,
from
I would
Walmart.
ask $5 million.
Just kidding.
I would ask $5 million.
I'm gonna tell you something else that is related to this that happened locally.
Okay.
That happened before this. That potentially could be tied, and also because it's a gambling thing. So a gas station in Michigan Avenue. For those of people that are familiar with Central Florida, Michigan Avenue, there was a gas station there that was called Right Gas or some crap like that. That gas station was closed not too long ago because of gambling
Machines.
Because of gambling machines, and also because of fentanyl. They were selling fentanyl pills and all that crap in the back.
But I was gonna say
So,
those places. There's a bunch of places like that here because there's one on 27 right off of 192 in Claremont, going towards Claremont, where the Walmart is. You go further down.
And they got slot machines?
Yeah, it was like a fruit stand. Like they had mad fresh fruit, and then inside they had a whole room. It was all slot machines all the way around. I know because one of the when I used to run the restaurant there was one of the delivery guys. Whenever you couldn't find them, that's where you were playing slot
Holy
machines.
crap.
I'm
And
gonna
it's right
roll.
there.
I'm gonna roll up to Haines City very soon. I'm gonna get some burritos.
And go
You
play
know those
some-
I might
gas
even.
stations?
I'm gonna come back with a fucking mango tree, bitch.
You know those
Put
gas
that
stations?
shit in the backyard.
Those gas stations that are around. No, not for nothing, but they're like
Okay.
they be hiding some shit in the back.
You got something
Depending
going
on
on.
It's mostly
Internet cafes, they would get away with having something in the back.
Yeah.
Internet cafes would have shit like that.
dude. Ahí en La
Some-
Michigan.
Where?
Where Pops used to go all the time to play the lottery.
No, that's the one I told you to close because of the slot machine.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Tú te hablaste
done.
de eso ahora mismo?
Yeah, that's the one that closed.
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
Quickie mart.
They
A
put-
quickie mart. A quick
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
A quick stop.
They put the guy in jail.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. They
Yeah.
shut it down.
That shit
And there was a
spelled with
lady working
K.
there that was selling fentanyl and pills
That's crazy.
out of the back.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole. The reason you say why? Okay, slot machines or gambling is not. It's not. Doesn't do anything to you,
It's
right?
what's tied with it.
But
It's what
when
comes
you
with
go
it.
to that
What
gas
it brings.
exactly, you saw homeless in the back of the.
Like marijuana.
Place
It's the
hanging-
gateway drug.
Shut the
people-
fuck up.
People spend their money. People spend their rent money. It's a disease.
It's that's
It's a
it's the
Seriously?
exploitation of a
You
disease.
sound like
That's
fucking
my issue with
Smokey the
gambling.
Bear.
Yeah.
Especially in this country, there's so many people who have gambling issues. And I feel like, and now they just exploit it more and more because now you can gamble legally online
It's
for
a-
games, sports, gambling,
Betting.
yeah,
Sport bets.
yeah,
It's a
prop
dis-
bets and whatnot.
it's a disease.
From here, you can gamble. It's
Man,
crazy.
I've seen people gamble,
From here.
gamble their food money.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I know.
It's a fucking disease.
The
man,
kids are home, their wives are home,
Yes.
mortgage is not paid because they're gambling.
because they're gambling money.
I'm too stingy and cheap. I can't.
too.
I
I
can't.
can't do
And listen,
Poker.
I will never. I
That's
will,
that's
yeah.
as far as I go.
Yeah, and that's because it's controlled. I come in with this much
And the
money.
most
I'm not
is
spending more than
$45
this.
bucks.
This is what I'm doing.
You
Just
know
to
how to
have fun.
control it. You know how to
Right.
control it. Because when I go on ships or travel somewhere, I go to the casino. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll play $20. Boop, slot machine. Those $20 are gone. That's it. I'm done.
I do
Not on a
25, but I
Disney
play
cruise.
blackjack. I
Don't-
always
don't-
go 25, sit at the $25 table,
Don't play slot
and I
machine.
usually do good. I don't do
Fuck
slot
the
machines.
sluts.
Yeah, don't do slot
Unless
machine.
I do
Slots.
blackjack.
I mean
and really, that's
slots.
about it. I don't like craps. I
do
don't like.
craps.
I like 21. I like 21.
I'll do craps.
Blackjack.
I love
yeah?
craps.
I'll do
bro.
craps. And I only bet black or red.
What about what's the?
So how many of you?
Mine are usually black. I take,
Black
I
or
take
red.
a
So
lot
what
of
you do,
craps.
like in Hard Rock over in Tampa, they have the craftsman thing, but it's digital. But the thingy is not.
That's
but it
roulette.
shows up roulette. That's what I like.
Roulette, not yet.
Roulette.
Craps is the
There's only
dice.
Yeah,
black
yeah.
and red, and you said
So-
Seven,
black
snake
and red.
eyes, yada yada.
When it does, it tells you on the screen what the last 5 plays were. And I won't play every one. I'll wait till there be 4 reds in a row. The odds are black coming. I'll put it in there, make
you
my
win?
money there, and I'll win that way.
But what do
Then
you
take
bet
it,
on
like
the-
you said,
on
and
the
then
black
wait.
color or-
Always
Wait,
bet on
color.
black.
That's it, black or red.
Ah, no, you should bet on numbers.
4 colors, 4 red go in a row.
Our cousin
The odds are what? Black's coming.
Yeah.
Put it down.
But see, black.
It's
the
true.
payout is different. Whereas if
Yeah.
you
It's not,
win with
yeah.
the
Way
number,
different,
it's
way
more
different.
money.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's still
some
profitable.
money. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
Do your
every single time.
You see how gambling is.
Yeah.
We start talking about a cop doing the wrong thing, and look at us talking about.
But we're talking
gambling.
about legal.
We're about to
gambling.
go out there and start gambling.
I'm not a big gambler. I'll be honest with you. Like once
No,
in a
you're
while,
not,
if that's what we're going to do, because I went for Frank's bachelor
Bachelor
party.
party.
We went to the Hard Rock. I
Correct.
did a little blackjack.
Yeah.
We went on that
A little,
cruise,
a little.
the boat that goes around. There's a casino on it. I played a little
Yeah.
blackjack on that.
So
like
how-
things like that. I'm not big. Like let's go to Vegas to spend. If I go to Vegas, I'm gonna watch more shows than I'm gonna spend in the casino.
In the
It's just- I'm
hookers.
not a big- No,
Peter and the hookers.
no, Peter. I know too many people who got STDs from hookers. I'm good.
I think I just want to eat.
It's legal in Nevada.
To be honest, I probably just want to eat
Yeah.
and drink
Yeah, yeah.
and some shows.
And
Yeah.
some hookers.
shows.
Some shows.
I'll watch this.
I maybe
bunch of
Hookers at the
shows.
end.
Maybe I'll get a tattoo. Be like, "Ha, I got that shit in Vegas."
I'll go to the
This
show.
got out of Vegas.
Walk up and down the strip. I'm not gonna spend hours Yo, dude, there be people in Vegas haven't slept in 3 days with bags under our sitting at a table.
There's
Not
a
me,
reason
bro.
why there's no windows and no clocks.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
So
Same thing in Atlantic City.
So coming back to
So there's
Marco
no windows
Lopez.
and no-
So Marco Lopez, the establishment, they had the windows painted. It was
Yeah,
all
it was
dark.
black. Yeah.
So how many of you who are here, because it was during the 2021,
Went there?
Went there because
Never.
Never. I've never been.
Where?
Never. The
To that
Eclipse.
lounge.
It was in
Eclipse?
OBT.
Yeah. The Eclipse Lounge. That's what the gambling
The
casino
gambling
was.
casino was.
Eclipse
Well,
Lounge.
well,
Where on OBT?
You know that. Where was
Do
it?
we know the address? Because
Yeah.
that sounds familiar.
No, I know the address.
I've never been there, but I
No.
bet I've driven by.
Never
it.
been there.
I probably driven by it a million times.
Yeah. I'm
It
trying to think
was.
what
Hold
part
on.
of-
I'll look it up. Eclipse Social Club. It was 4561 West Earl Bros. Memorial.
So
Oh, it's
192.
192.
192. 192.
And OBT over there.
Right.
Look,
West.
what the funny part is.
Yeah, West
Look, I'm just googling it right now, and it says casino in Osceola County, Florida, bro. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
En Google sale
Google,
algo de
bro.
Osceola
where-
County Casino.
West
Hey,
Earl
Buggy,
Bronson.
What an idiot! You're a fucking idiot, man.
Fucking idiot.
Crazy.
It's by. I'm trying to see.
Imagine being his wife.
No, that's what I mean.
Imagine.
They gotta be destroyed. The kids.
I mean,
The wife.
everything.
And if
Your
the-
whole.
Oh, you know what it
If-
is? It's by
if-
Bass. 192 in Bass. That's like.
If they
further
don't
up.
know about it.
Like Tacker over there, right?
Yeah, by
Do you
Thacker.
think the
and all that.
wife?
Yeah.
Do you think the
By
wife does not know about it?
Thacker. Yes.
Yeah, it's in the hood. Makes sense.
Let me see it.
Good talk.
Let me see where it's at.
Hold on. Pass it to him.
I used to live around there.
What's that? What were you gonna say?
I said, do you think the wife does not know about it?
Hell yeah, she knew.
Oh,
I know,
she's
that's what
gotta
I'm
You don't,
saying.
know.
you don't
She's
make
gone.
700,000 over
She's
5-6
gotta know.
years and she don't know.
So
But you know what?
they're not shocked.
No.
At least-
No. Well,
Daddy had to be paying for these vacations somehow.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Wow.
shocked
Oren,
that
this-
they're
He
going
got
to
caught.
fucking jail,
Yeah.
but they're
But I
not
think-
shocked
know exactly
But
about
you
what
think-
was going down.
you know where it's at?
I know exactly where it's at. It's right across from Medieval Times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Oh, that area. That
Yeah.
It's
place?
right across from Medieval. Remember where Skull
is it
Kingdom
not-
used to be, with
Yeah.
the haunted house place?
No, that's not. That's on the same side as.
No, it's right across the street
Okay,
where Skull
Skull-
Kingdom used to be.
Okay, Skull Kingdom was on the same side as.
As Medieval,
Medieval
Times.
Times.
On the other side,
Is where
across
the
from
place-
it,
yeah.
is where Eclipse Hotel is.
Wow.
It's
So
right
it's next
there.
to Armadillo Reds. Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
I know
Wow.
Armadillo.
That's
right
where all
there.
those
There's a
cheap
bar there.
hotels
There's a
where they
little
filmed that movie. That's
Babe
all in
Shop
that area.
Psychic.
It's right around us.
Remember that movie
Wow.
that they filmed here, the Florida Project?
Yes.
About
No,
all
that's
the-
up further. That's a little bit further up.
You know,
But remember, the kids ran to Medieval Times. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
In the movie, it's
Yeah.
embellished.
you know,
Bro,
he
it's
was
pretty far.
fine.
Just- pretty far.
Just because of this, I want to get a 4-wheeler now or a dirt bike or something like that, and just ride
Because
around.
what?
What?
I don't
What?
know.
Because of the whole thing, you know.
What whole thing?
Prevented
What?
people from riding 4-wheelers and dirt bikes.
Oh, okay. Because he
Who did that? Lopez?
Yeah.
Here in
It was
Kissimmee.
a joke. It was
You
a
know the
joke.
Puerto Rican parade that they do? Yeah, with horses and all that. Yeah, that's fine. He prevented from 4-wheelers and
Them from
motorcycles.
starting
Because they're
from Kissimmee.
terrorists.
They're
Yeah,
terrorists.
exactly.
Yeah, he said they're terrorists.
Yeah. Tú eres un terrorista. Tú-
And he
por-
fined
that-
the-
he said that's
the
why Puerto
businesses.
Rico's like that. That's why
the
Puerto Rico is
Because of four-wheelers?
because of they allow
because
them
they
to do
compromise. No, because they he
That. They allow
said
them to do that.
he said because the government compromises with people like that and allows them to do it.
Here's my issue.
Allows them to take over the
So you
streets.
should watch that video.
I'm,
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
watch
not
it.
aware of any crime spree that's happening because of four-wheelers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I don't know that there's a
Problem.
there's a pandemic in this country
No,
with
no, no.
four-wheelers and three-wheelers. It doesn't make sense.
No,
No.
it doesn't.
Nope.
And by the way, we're gonna do this in Spanish, and it's gonna be very good. Watch it.
Yes, the
Oh,
Spanish
this
one is
episode with Marco Lopez.
Yes.
But well, the four wheelers and things like that he's talking about because
Becerro.
if you go to Puerto Rico, you know a lot of them and a lot of them here too. You see it in Poinciana where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
You see them riding without their safety gear.
All the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
You see
All
them
the
riding without stuff.
All the
and
time.
then if they crash
Mm-hmm.
out there in the woods,
Oh yeah.
the chopper's gonna have to come get them.
Yep.
And who's paying for all that stuff?
All
The tax
that.
money, everybody, right?
Or,
The city.
hear me
That's
out,
what I mean.
fuck them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They did it.
Exactly.
But
My
then
bad.
we're
But you
That's
don't do
not
that in the
nice.
U.S.
human what is it, negligence.
Listen,
We're
That's not
neglecting-
nice.
you
we're
just tell
neglecting-
everybody if you get hurt on a 4-wheeler because you didn't have equipment, we're gonna be really late. To get you.
Or
It's gonna be like 2 or
Or-
3 days.
Yeah.
So
or-
figure it out.
do you require a license driving those?
I think you do.
Depends.
I think you should.
I think you
If
should.
gotta
I think you
drive-
should
if you're gonna
allow
drive on the road, yes.
I'm just asking.
driver's license.
Are you
required?
required to have a license to
on the
drive
road? Official
a
drivers?
4-wheeler?
On the
Yes.
road, yes. On the
Yes.
road, yes.
If you're on the road, yes. If
Obviously,
I think that you should, if like you should have classes for kids to get like temporary permits, whatever, so they can drive off road. Because to be honest with you, where I live, like I said, all back there, it's Orange Groves. All the kids be riding their 4-wheelers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If
You see
own
them. With,
4
but
acres. Why not? You could have
Yeah.
your son drive your 4-wheeler.
you don't even need to.
Yeah.
Over there, all the fucking Orange Groves are all empty.
I-
So people just drive through them.
then there you
And
go.
all the kids wear their helmets. They all
But
you
it-
see them all wearing all their equipment.
Go
They're
get
very
me the
responsible.
mail.
The
Take
reason
the
I
dirt
was-
bike.
The reason I would say that you need a driver's license is because with a driver's license comes you knowing about the safety gear, knowing
Responsibility,
about the equipment and all
Rules
that
of the
stuff.
road.
That is why I say you need to have a driver's license.
And you
but
paid the state $35.
I don't care about that.
Honestly,
not
if you're a
care about that.
teenager and you own one, I think for like say from the ages of 14 to 16 or 17 that you're allowed to get your
65.
license,
If you got a motorcycle, also.
you should go have to go take a class just so you can get all the safety stuff, and
Thank
then
you,
you can
yeah.
ride it. And when you
Yeah.
ride
Which
it,
I do.
you need to make sure that you have your helmet and your shit. And I'm fine with that because they're all over
Or-
my fucking the back of my house.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
just
hear
see
them all
Marco
day.
Lopez and go, I got you, buddy.
Blackjack.
As long as you go to his eclipse,
What? All I heard was blackjack. I don't know what happened.
bro. So
Keyword is river.
you know how much his bond is?
Or check.
How much?
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
He can afford that. They made
$1
21.
million. $500,000 per felony count. He's charged with 2 felony 1 counts.
One
Of
racketeering.
one
and-
racketeering and laundering money, right?
And laundering money.
I think
Money
it is.
laundering.
I don't remember, but
Something like that.
fucked.
yeah, it's $1 million. The state asked
He probably has it.
for
Like,
one.
like he says, sorry.
Go ahead.
Charlatan.
Yeah, that's what people are calling him now. The state asked for 1.2 million, but they only gave him. They gave him a 10% discount.
I don't know what his house looks like, but
They
he's
gave him a
probably got
10%
that.
discount.
The military discount.
The motherfucker looks so calm. It looked like he was about to arrest somebody from
Because
jail.
if it's $1 million, you only
Just
got to
like
pay
you right now.
10%,
You're like,
which is
like-
100,000.
What?
He's
What-
got that.
How much is the bond?
But the
I'm
trick
sorry.
is,
He's like, where? How much? Like he looked like he was like,
How
no,
much?
like, he was
This-
like, what? A
he was like,
fucking
let's
$1 million?
Hold on a second. 1 million? Hold on. I got this.
yeah.
He's the lawyer. was
100,000, right?
supposedly
Jose,
like the
verá,
judge.
vete,
She had to cross the street to him. I don't know if she ever got there.
they said, okay, so they gave him $1 million bond, but you only paid 100,000. But the trick is that the worst part is that he has to prove that the $100,000
Didn't come from that.
didn't come from any funds related to that shit.
He's going to have to put up his house, is what he's going to have to
Yeah,
do.
It's got-
basically.
But the state can say he bought his house using
the-
fucking
I bet
money.
you he's
Depends
got
on when he bought his house. I agree.
Exactly.
Verá.
So I don't know where he's gonna get his money. Friends,
bet-
family, whatever.
I bet you he's got a cousin named Tito or some shit. He's got a food truck. That food truck is selling like a motherfucker right now, bro.
Motherfucker.
Tripletas.
Tax
Motherfucker
free.
got tripleta, tostones,
Tax
burria.
free.
Carne frita.
No. He's even got arepas in that motherfucker. He got the Venezuela.
Sus rollitos, sus rollitos.
Well, he better be calling- He better be calling the one that got Casey Anthony off, the one that got what's his name off.
You know they were together after that?
Yeah. What's,
Casey Anthony and Holoya.
what was his name?
Really?
He got what's his name off too?
Baez?
The white
Baez?
guy.
Baez?
John Baez.
Baez?
Joe
Diaz?
Baez.
Something.
Joe Baez?
I don't know what his name is.
That's who I'd be calling.
That fucking clown.
He got everyone
we're
off.
down with those buys.
Lawyer.
but this is different.
But he was
Gay,
fucking his
whatever.
client.
Jose, no Jose.
This is different.
Jose B.
Because apparently they got all this forensic evidence.
Gotta have a lawyer
Of
though.
what?
So on him, like the wire transfers,
Oh, you're talking about Lopez. Yeah,
Well, Lopez.
100. They have a bunch of stuff. He's
You're done.
He's done.
it was a 200 and something page thing
Yep.
docket.
Indictment, yep.
Well, with that being said, what do you think? Wrapping it up.
Peter was kind of quiet this evening.
I think
I mean, I don't know much about it. I live in Grady Judd's countryside, so I don't know
So do I.
Lopez. I'm Mr. Judd's side, you
It's
know.
Lopez. I don't need to know about him.
I got Grady Judge as my sheriff, so
he's
yeah.
pretty good. I like him. I like him.
He's got his own issues, but yeah,
Grady,
I like it.
Grady, whatever you got going, they're watching. They're
Watching you, Grady.
Yeah, I know. Cut the cord.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the only thing Grady Judge, the only thing he could possibly be involved in is guns. Whatever it is, it would be guns.
Imagine
That
that
dude
shit that
loves
his name
guns.
gets called up.
Right?
That would be
imagine
fucking
next?
days.
For some crap going on over there in Polk County.
He has something
They were
going on.
they were selling guns that were taken away from people, selling them back to people. That's what they're gonna do in Polk County.
Oh,
we
my
took this gun from this black guy and then we sold it
This white
to
guy.
the Johnsons. They're real nice people. They live up here. We sold it to them. Only we didn't tell nobody. We kept
He
the money.
did have something going down though. He was in the shelters, the animal shelters. He
Grady?
was selling
What?
the animals that were being euthanized to schools.
For what?
For they do the
For the-
chopping
yeah.
up of that. He was using the
And
animals
he's
that
still
were
the
coming
sheriff?
from.
But wait, where was the money going? To his pocket or it was going to the city?
It's Stephanie sent me something about that, but there's something going on with that.
So he was.
So I don't want to say anything without knowing the facts,
No,
but
no,
I
no,
know
no, no.
there's something going on with the
Oh,
animal
shit.
shelters and euthanizing animals too soon to
To use them in
sell
schools.
them in schools and stuff like that.
For
But-
dissections.
by dissections and some kind of stuff
Grady
going on
Judge,
there.
you fuck. Don't fuck with the cats and dogs. People are gonna kill you.
Peter's gonna come after him.
They're gonna kill you. They will not be having it,
Yeah,
dogs.
so there's something going on with that.
Is this allegedly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I look it up, but I'm sure Stephanie.
So-
Not when it comes to animals, I know she wouldn't tell me unless it's something. Yeah.
So with
serious.
Marco Lopez, this is not the first time he's
Oh, no.
he's been on the hot plate. He's had domestic violence, allegedly domestic violence stuff.
Charlatan.
Yeah, he's had some.
Go.
Apparently, he hit some guy that he stopped in the face when he was a cop.
Oh, police brutality.
Yeah, police stuff.
no.
He's actually on the Brady list that he cannot be. Correct me if I'm wrong, people out there. He cannot be a witness, because he's not credible or some crap, because he used to brutality and stuff like that as a cop before.
Wow.
So there's other stuff out there.
The thing
with
is,
him.
when he's running for sheriff, you don't hear any of that.
No, you don't.
They don't tell you any of that.
And I think I wanted to end it with, we need to end it, but a person that is in a position of power like that should be vetted,
Correct.
like if you were going for a top secret clearance. That's how it should be.
For every political position that they're
That's how it should be, because you are entrusted with the lives of people. You are the sheriff of this county.
Is the sheriff like below the mayor? Like, who's the sheriff's boss? Is it the mayor?
governor.
Yeah.
Who?
I think
The
it's
governor's the one that
chief of the
suspended him.
police.
It's the governor, yeah.
Yeah.
So the mayor has no power over the sheriff.
No, because sheriffs, it's all the whole state. So
But
there's
doesn't the
multiple
mayor
sheriffs for every county,
oversee
it's all
that
governor.
county or that city? How does that work?
Only the cops.
Who has the?
Not
you know what I'm
sheriffs.
saying?
There's some weird crap with
Yeah.
the cops. Like sheriffs are state and
Yeah.
and the El Paso
I don't know.
or the Kissimmee PD,
Correct,
or
is-
whatever
is-
you want
is
to call
city.
them, or the Lake Wales PD.
Yeah, it's
is
city.
city.
Correct.
It's like that's how it is. So they got their own
Sheriffs are state. Yeah.
restrictions.
But
So they
have
get run
the
by the
PD
governor.
and they have the sheriff.
Right.
They do.
Two different.
PD is city. Sheriff
City,
is usually
sheriff is
Never
state.
mind.
run by the government. Run by the governor. Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's go check my comic book collection, and I'll tell you which fucking sheriff runs what. Whatever, man. My joke is fucked.
What
My
comic?
joke is fucked.
What sheriff is in a
You
comic?
You know how
What?
the mayor, in Batman, the chief of police and the mayor and the fucking governor.
That's the commissioner.
That's
sir.
the commissioner.
commissioner, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Sheriff Gordon.
Oh, wait a minute.
Commissioner
So
Gordon.
is the commissioner the boss of the sheriff?
They don't have
Or the
commissioners
chief
here.
of police, or the
That's in the
Chief
city.
of police.
That's would be the chief of police
Yeah.
for
Would
the
be-
Fuck my
city.
joke.
He's the chief of police
No,
for the
let's
city.
move on.
Sheriffs are sheriffs.
Yes.
They have captains, sergeants, etc. And then
Lieutenants.
the sheriff is the one that runs the whole.
But
thing.
we don't know nothing about police department, criminal justice, how it runs, or the department.
Just why I'm asking.
That's why they don't have
we should
commissioners.
have
They have
an actual
commissioners in
police
cities
officer in here.
where
and
where the city
interview
PD
them,
is
right?
bigger. Like New York has a commissioner,
I could probably
Boston,
get one.
because the
Me too.
city PD is
Please.
bigger. Here, the city PDs are small.
But we still have a Kissimmee chief.
Yeah,
Kissimmee chief.
and Orlando,
Yeah, Orlando.
and
The warm-up. Story time.
I already learned a long time ago that the idea of being a dick with cops is not the smartest idea. So I'm never disrespectful. And I always say yes, sir. And I literally had a cop in New York tell me one time, every time you tell me yes, sir, I feel like you're telling me to go fuck myself. Since that day, I realized cops don't like me, will never get along.
Ever.
And that's why I end up doing 20 days in jail for driving with a suspended license.
Damn.
Have you done that?
Yeah, that happened to me. Here in Florida.
Holy shit.
My license got suspended.
Wow.
I didn't know it was suspended.
Because of tickets or what?
Yeah, because I got one speeding ticket for taking somebody to the airport. That person told me they were going to take care of it.
They never
Gave them
did.
all the information, never did. But I never got stopped. And then when I found out my license is suspended, I still have to get to work. So literally driving home from work while Kelly was pregnant, like the second or third day that I knew that my license was suspended, I got pulled over by a cop because he said that my license plate was out. The light, which is not true, but I was driving at that point, it was a while ago, a 91 Honda Accord. It was old as fuck. Layla was in Kelly's belly, so this is 14, 15 years ago. And it was just really dim, and I showed it. I got out the car and showed it to him, and he was like, well, let me get your license, and da-da-da. When he goes, first of all, he was nice as fuck. He comes back with his gun out,
No.
Damn.
with the taser out. I will tase you in the balls. Let's do this easy. I'm like, yo, is there a need for that? Have I been rude at all? We were just making jokes and laughing a minute ago.
Right.
And he said, I will tase you in the balls.
He literally said, and I could see, you know how it has the laser lights now?
Yeah.
You can see pointed right at my dick.
No.
No lie.
Oh
100%
my
true
God.
story. I guess I should save this, right? Let's stop it right there. It's not even over.
Holy crap.
It's
Wow.
recording.
Oh, okay, but anyway. So yeah.
But
he
it's on the big camera, though.
Yeah, he points at the fucking, points the shit at my nuts. He's like, we can do this the easy way. And he's like, you're just a big guy, bro, and I want to be safe. I'm like, first of all, you're pointing a gun at me. Not safe.
You're just a big
Right off the bat, it's not safe.
Right off.
I don't have any weapons on me.
Nothing.
You're
I have
escalating.
nothing in my record. Nothing.
That's escalating.
Yeah,
trying to
my
escalate.
record when it comes to anything violent or anything is 100% clean. Never had any sort of weapons charges. Never been convicted of a felony. I know you just saw all of that when you pulled up my name. My man came out with a gun and a taser like I was some sort of fucking killer. Then he has these little bitch handcuffs. I'm a big dude. He doesn't have an extra pair of handcuffs.
The
So the
extension.
reason my shoulders are fucked up now that I need surgery, I should sue,
Holy crap. You
is
should've
because for
sued.
2 hours he had me screaming in the back of a car because I could literally feel my shoulders
One,
popping out.
the stop was illegal because the
Yeah.
light worked.
Absolutely true. Yep.
So you could have.
And then I went to court because I didn't have a shit ton of money. I had a baby on the way to pay for a lawyer and all this other stuff. 20 days in jail
Wow.
or 5,000
fined, yeah.
or and on top of regardless of which one I do, they're still gonna take. They took my license for 5 years.
What?
I had to
Even
go
after
get-
you spent 20 days in jail, really?
Yep. And I had to go get a Cinderella license just to be able to get to work.
Is that like
when I
automatic?
started working at the stroller place? I had a Cinderella license
No shit.
That's
for one
a
ticket,
Cinderella license means to work and
Home
back,
before midnight.
right?
which I drove everywhere with it. Fuck
Oh, is
you!
it?
You can't do shit to me now. But I drove everywhere, and I would just keep my work shirt next to me.
Fuck you.
Makes sense.
And then if they stop me, I'd be like, "Oh,
I'm going to work.
I just got out of work.
Got out of
Depending on where I was, I'm on my way home from work, or I'm
That's
on my way
crazy.
to." And I still did 20 days in jail. Check this out. I was in jail with white dudes who were on their third DUI. They gave them 8 days in jail.
And you got 20.
I got 20 days in jail for my very first suspended license offense.
Where was this at? What
Polk
what
County. No, excuse me. Lake County.
Oh, Lake.
Lake
Oh,
County.
worse.
Even worse.
Oh,
Worse.
Lake County.
I know Lake County. That was mentioned in a.
What?
LCJ?
I
That's where they
recently
took him. The
learned
jail that they
something
have
about
him
Lake
at
County
is the jail I was in.
What about Lake County, sir?
Our first Puerto Rican sheriff that got arrested is located in their prison facilities.
Oh, and I can tell you firsthand that food is horrible.
Terrible.
horrible, dude. They have this shit called train wreck. That's what they called it, and it's just like they take all the leftover meat of the week, and they throw it in a sauce, and then they put that shit over rice.
But
Train wreck.
That's what they
But you
called
t-
it.
Yep.
but you're talking about in prison.
And I'm talking about LCJ where he is.
Yeah.
How do you know about their culinary?
I just talked about it. I got 20 days in jail for suspended
At Lake
license.
County?
Yeah.
What a glint.
Where's the jail in Lake County?
in Lake
It's
County.
in.
I know that, but where exactly?
Off of John Young.
What's it called? No, it's way up there. That's the one in
Eclipse.
Orlando.
Fusion, right next
Oh
to the
my
Fusion.
God, I forgot what it's
Don't
called.
they Lake County in Claremont?
It's past Claremont.
Past Claremont?
I can't. It's past Claremont. I can't remember now.
It doesn't
I forgot
matter.
what
I
it's
just-
called.
Vodka?
It doesn't matter.
It's one of those fucking hick towns up there.
Whoa.
That.
We apologize for that.
Anybody who's
sir.
been in Lake County knows that shit is a hick town up there. If you get past Claremont, that shit is like Sumner.
Do not go in.
What is the definition of a hick? I
Uh,
don't
I
know.
don't care.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
If you have a Ford F-150 with a whatchamacallit
Gun
flag.
rack?
No, with a
With
gun
a
rack and a
Confederate
Confederate flag hanging in the
Maybe.
back.
definite, automatic,
That's a
hit.
hick. That's a hick.
automatic. Yes.
Got an American flag on your hat. Got an American flag on your steering wheel. Got an American flag on the floor mats.
Yeah, that's
Probably-
patriotic.
On the beer coat.
It's the
Stop.
rebel flag hat, rebel
It's the
flag.
mix, and then also the woodland camouflage.
There's
Oh,
That's a giveaway.
That's a
when
good
you have the
one.
one with the camo with the trees on it
yes.
You know,
Or
he-
for deer hunting.
here in Florida, there's a place. Well, here
Is
locally by a highway, there's a Confederate flag that's being flown right now.
Is he in the
it
correctional?
pisses me off.
Huge flag.
Pisses me off
You've
when
seen
I
it, right?
drive by. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Huge
I don't know where
flag.
that is.
Yeah.
It's on 75.
Yeah.
If you guys get on
If
75
you go up,
Towards Tampa?
towards Tampa, by Tampa, really,
yeah,
it's really close
Wow.
to Tampa.
it's
Confederate flag.
What is it hanging out of? What is it in front of?
it's on a flagpole.
It's on a
I don't-
flagpole, huge
somewhere.
flagpole.
I know, but I mean, is it in front of like a certain building or
I
it's
don't
just
know.
on the side of the
Probably
road?
someone's property.
I think it's somebody's.
and they're flying it,
It's on the side of the road.
and it's
yeah.
right off the
That
side.
dude wanted
of,
to make a point. He was like,
Yes.
"I'm gonna pay him that $10,000 for this long ass pole,
Huge.
Yeah.
so I can
the
fly
flag
the
is
biggest
huge.
Can I
flag."
say something?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Lake County Jail's located
My man,
off of Main Street in Tavares, Florida.
Tavares. That's where it is.
Tavares.
Tavares.
And that's Lake County Jail, okay?
Yes, that's where it was. That's
Lake
legit.
County Correctional Institution. I don't know if that's the same as the facilities where
Where is
they
it?
keep the main motherfuckers. That's
It's a jail
US
and
27
prison,
in Claremont.
Oh no,
UF
okay, that's
27.
definitely not where I was.
No, I think he's.
I
in
was
the-
in Tavares.
I didn't think.
Well, my people.
We
How
here at Rebel
right
Lab do
evening.
not encourage gambling.
No,
No.
do
Have
not
a great
gamble.
one.
Do not gamble.
He might get 30 years, people. 30 years.
Who knows?